Excuse me, miss. Excuse me. Or excuse me, excuse me, excuse me, excuse me. I got rejected over 100 times in the last year. And today I'm going to be teaching you exactly what I've learned from that experience so that you don't need to necessarily go through it yourself. And in this video, I'm going to be giving you my 6 biggest lessons that I've learned from this experience and all the rejections that I've gotten so that you can implement this into your dating life and you don't need to get rejected all the time. And at the end of this video, I'll show you a live demonstration of a successful approach so you can nail your open and get rejected less. First of all, who is this black kid in the sun, in nature, talking about dating? My name's Chris Goldie, and I've worked with a plethora of men at this point, all from different countries, and we've allowed them to find their ideal partner and totally transform their dating lives and themselves without needing to drastically change anything about them externally, whether it's finances, how they look, or their career, anything like that. So let's dive in. Lesson number 1 is the hesitation rule. Something that I realized is that you reject yourself more than other people actually reject you. If you see a girl and you immediately think she's out of your league or there's no way that you can approach her, even if you do go and approach her after that, you've already rejected yourself. You already have a preconceived notion that she's out of your league and that it's not going to work out. And reality is going to mimic your thoughts. If you think it's not going to work out, more likely than not, it's not going to work out. So when I'm talking about the hesitation rule, the first thing you need to do is assume that the girl is attracted to you. Don't disqualify yourself in your head before she even disqualifies you, before she even has a chance to disqualify you. Now, a lot of guys subscribe to the 3-second rule. So counting down 3, 2, 1, and then going and approaching that girl. I personally don't subscribe to the 3, 2, 1 rule because I find in a lot of interactions, either I'm moving too fast or the girl is too fast, and 3 seconds is simply too much time for opportunities that come at you fast. So instead, what I've invented is the hesitation rule. The hesitation rule states that as soon as you feel that resistance, that mental hesitation, you need to take a step forward. The second that you feel that hesitation, that 0.5 millisecond that you feel it, that is your trigger to move forward with no delay. Instead of a 3-second rule, we've turned this into a 0.5-second rule. You need to train your brain so that hesitation becomes the innate trigger for action, instead of worrying about counting down 3, 2, 1. And the reason why this rule is so important is because a vast majority of my rejections come from approaches where I procrastinated doing the approach. Maybe I was out in Toronto and I was in a mall or I was in a street and I saw a girl and I procrastinated. I waited. Maybe I waited a minute or 2 minutes before I went up to her and talked to her. And more often than not, because I took so much time and now the spontaneity is gone from that interaction because I've overthought about what I'm gonna say, I end up getting rejected. So lesson number 1, if you want to get rejected less, you need to move as soon as you feel that hesitation. Don't delay the process. You need to move as soon as you feel that hesitation, or else you're decreasing the odds of you having a successful interaction with that girl. Lesson number 2, you need to begin to reframe rejection. Rejection shouldn't mean anything to you. If you follow me on Instagram or you see a few of my shorts here, you see that whenever I get rejected, I laugh. And that's because it doesn't affect me. I've reframed rejection in a way that most men can't even fucking dream of doing. Instead of taking rejection as some kind of personal attack or something that's supposed to affect me, I think it's funny and I almost think the girl is doing herself a disservice by rejecting me. You need to understand that not everyone is meant for you, and you're not meant for everyone yourself. So you getting rejected by one random girl shouldn't mean anything to you. A lot of the time, it just simply wasn't meant to be. And she's doing you a favor so you can move on, do another approach, and find your ideal girl. If you let rejection define you, it means you don't have a strong enough definition of yourself. Translation, you don't have a strong enough sense of conviction. If you were in the streets and you were giving out gold to everyone, and someone said, "No, I don't want any gold from you," would you be offended? Would you take it personally? Or would you think they're almost stupid for not taking the gold? You would think that they're almost dumb for not taking the gold. You'd laugh about it. And you need to view yourself in the same way that you would view that goal. If a girl doesn't want you, if a girl's not taking you, what is there to get upset about? Your goal. It's her loss. And the more that you can reframe rejection in that way, the more that you can go out and do more approaches and find your ideal person. Lesson number 3, you need to lose to win. You need to lose big to win big. For example, last week, Monday, I went out in the streets of Toronto. I went out to the malls in Toronto, and I did a total of 18 approaches. 12 of these approaches were successful where I got a number or an Instagram, but 6 of them were unsuccessful where I got rejected. Now, in a vacuum, getting rejected 6 times may seem super intimidating for some guys. Most guys probably haven't even put themselves out there enough to get rejected 6 times in their lives, and I did it in one day. But at the same time, getting 12 numbers or 12 contacts That's more than most men have ever gotten in their entire lives. And I was able to do that in one day. And this is my point. Most guys lose faith in themselves, they lose conviction in themselves after 2 or 3 L's. But what you don't understand is that to get those big wins, you need those big losses. You need 2 L's to make a W. Dating is partially a game of probability. You could go out and do 20 approaches and get rejected 20 times. Hypothetically, you could just randomly go out one day, do one approach, and find your ideal woman. And this is why you need to be aware of the game. You need to be aware that this is a probability game. You simply need to commit to the outcome. I could go out and do 5 approaches and get rejected 5 times back to back, and most guys would just go home. But I understand that there is a win that is coming up soon, so I'm gonna keep going. You need to stop avoiding rejection, because on the other side of rejection, or multiple rejections, is you finding your ideal girl. Lesson number 4 is that how you say it matters infinitely more than what you're saying. You hear this a lot, but you really need to understand that words only make up 7% of communication. 38% of communication is tonality, and 55% of communication is body language. So instead of DMing me or DMing someone else or asking your friend or asking whoever the fuck you know on what to say, what line should I use, you should instead be thinking, how should I say it? How should I come up to her? How loud should I be? What kind of tonality should I use? The answers to those questions are infinitely more important than what to say. If you're speaking quietly when you're going to open a girl, speak louder. You might not even be actually getting rejected, she just can't hear you. If you speak in a super monotone voice, learn how to improve your tonality. You might not sound interesting enough, so she doesn't want to engage in a conversation with you. When you're approaching the girl, are you approaching from the side? Are you approaching from behind? Or are you approaching from in front? That matters much more than what you're saying. You want to approach from being directly in front of her. Are you getting too close when you're opening the interaction, or are you giving her a safe space, a safe distance between you and her? That matters much more than what you're actually saying. In a lot of my more successful infields and interactions, I really just start the conversation with "excuse me," and then as soon as I get her attention, I just say whatever's on my mind. Let your brain fill in the gaps. Train your brain to be more spontaneous when talking, and don't worry so much about what to say. Prioritize your positioning, your tonality, and your volume. Most of my instant rejections in the last year came from me not speaking loud enough or not getting right in front of the girl. Lesson number 5, probably the most underused word in the dating niche for whatever reason, is self-amusement. Self-amusement is king. The difference between me getting a number or me not getting a number, more often than not, besides external variables that I can't control, like if the girl's in a relationship or whatever it is, it comes down to my sense of self-amusement. And if I can amuse myself well in the interaction and convey good energy that's self-generated by myself, make myself laugh, which makes her laugh, more likely than not, I will get her number. I will schedule a date with her. But if I'm not able to generate my own positive energy, I can't make myself laugh, I'm relying on her to give me her energy, more often than not, I'm going to get rejected. Self-amusement is the end-all be-all. It is your secret weapon when it comes to dating, and it sucks that more guys don't talk about it that much. To develop self-amusement, you simply need to know your sense of humor. What makes you laugh? What makes you tick? What makes you cry laughing? For example, this could be watching stand-up, watching comedians. Figure out what makes you laugh, and then learn how to start making yourself laugh without even talking to anyone. And once you can master the art of making yourself laugh, bring that into your conversations with girls. Because you're generating this good energy on your own, you're already making yourself laugh, you're giving yourself a good day already. She's gonna have a good day because of that. She's gonna want more of your energy, because ultimately girls just wanna have fun. So stop being a serious, nonchalant alpha male dickhead. Make yourself laugh in the interaction, showcase that you don't necessarily need her to be happy or have fun, and 9 times out of 10, that girl is gonna want to stay around. During my 100 or so rejections that I had in the last year, the rejections that were the worst were when I was too serious in the interaction. When I learned how to laugh at any outcome, laugh at getting a number, laugh at getting a date, laugh at getting rejected, everything just started to go well, and I was getting rejected a lot less. Show that you're not taking that interaction so serious and you don't care about the outcome. You're really just there to talk and you're just having fun. Lesson number 6, cold approach mastery framework. Now, we've helped a ton of guys from across the world master cold approach and actually attract their ideal woman. Just like Elias, who was an entrepreneur, he was an introverted and shy kid that could not talk to anyone, men, women, or anything. He went from that to being able to go on 3 dates a week consistently and finding his ideal girl. Elias told me that if it wasn't for our help, our mentorship, and our coaching structure, he probably wouldn't have been able to find that ideal girl and know how to actually navigate conversation. And he was able to learn the skills to approach women, having the right mindset, the right perception towards everything, while being a full-time entrepreneur running his own business. Now, as promised, here is a live breakdown of a successful opener in action.
Excuse me, miss. Excuse me. Excuse me. You have 2 seconds?
Yeah.
I don't want to waste your time or anything, but you're fucking gorgeous. Jesus
Thank
Christ.
you.
What's your name? I'm Chris. Nice to meet you.
I don't have a lot of followers.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right, it's great meeting you, okay? We'll link up soon before you leave.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, all right, take care.
As you can see, I'm making eye contact prior to actually approaching her. And then from a safe distance, not too close, I'm saying, excuse me, just to get her attention. And then I step in front of her, I get closer once I get her attention, and I angle my body towards her instead of leaning or looking a different direction. And I'm maintaining that eye contact with her. And then I'm speaking loudly enough in a non-monotone voice to actually make sure that I'm retaining her attention. Now, if you're sick and tired of living life on the sidelines, underperforming in your dating life, even though you can perform well in every other aspect of life, dude. Fitness, finances, career, everything. Just dating is the last thing that you haven't dialed in. Book in a call with the link in the description and we'll hop on a call and create a strategy for you to help you become the most confident version of yourself and actually attract your dream girl. I hope this video helped you. Take care.